With the passing of Nelson Mandela, it is clear that the world lost a man who taught us strength, compassion, and forgiveness.
And today I had the opportunity to speak with Judge Damon Keith, whose picture popped up alongside Mandela in today's USA Today article about the late leader.
Here I am right there in USA Today in that wonderful article.
Judge Damon Keith with Rosa Parks and Mayor Coleman Young greeting Nelson Mandela and wife Winnie when they stepped off the plane in Detroit in 1990.
He passed the governor, the mayor, the president of the UAW, senator, and all of them were lined up to meet Mandela. And when he and his wife, when they saw Rosa, they say, Rosa, Rosa, Rosa Parks. And that picture shows them right there together.
The image, now part of USA Today's coverage of the former South African president's passing, but it has a permanent home on the walls of Judge Keith's office in federal court downtown.
I had the opportunity, Mayor Young asked me to introduce him out at Tiger Stadium. So I introduced him out there, and then of course, I saw him at the airport and told him and welcomed him to the city of Detroit and told him how proud I was and on behalf of our city to have him there.
Keith says Mandela was a constant model for him to lead with humility. And he's taken a page from Mandela's book and made it into one of his own.
And the one picture with Mandela and myself, eyeball to eyeball, is in the book, Crusader for Justice. He was a great giant, and you could see the greatness in him and the nobility and the spirit of strength, and just a good man.
Wow, we're joined now by editorial director Chuck Stokes. Chuck, thank you for being here with us.
Oh,
You've
it's a
got
pleasure.
a piece of history you want to share, but so nice to talk to Judge Keith.
Oh,
so
you know,
many good memories.
he's our living legend,
Yes.
and he was with a legend as
Yes.
well. Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, we all have our links to Nelson Mandela. Mine started when Bill Bonds and Ronnie Little and I all went to South Africa prior to Nelson Mandela coming to Detroit to do a documentary and a 10-part news series to get Detroit ready for his visit. And we wanted them to really understand what apartheid was all about. And then I had an opportunity we were at his home, but he was out of the country at the time, so we talked to Walter Sisulu, who was also in jail with him all those years. I had a chance to see him up close, though, when he came to Washington and he spoke for a joint session of the 101st Congress. My dad was in Congress at the time, and so I was able to sit in the gallery and be able to see him and see all these people who are giants in their own right in this country just look at him with just awe. But several years after that, my wife and I were in California, and we were at the Coronado Hotel, not staying, just visiting.
Okay.
And there's a gift shop in there, and we were looking around, and they had authentic ballots from the South African election in 1994. And these are authenticated. I think you'll be able to see them on the screen there. And they are all numbered, and they're very colorful ballot compared to what we have here. And the reason they did that was because they wanted to cut down on fraud and duplication. And so you'll notice all the different parties that he had to beat in order to become the South African president. And they added the Inkatha Freedom Party. That was sort of stickered on at the last second because they just sort of jumped into the race at the last second. And so that was an addition. And then the instructions were printed in 11 different South African languages because they have that many different languages there.
So you have that.
I have that.
It's
It's framed. It's framed. It's actually, it's here today, but it's going back home.
Yeah, in a safe perhaps.
Yeah,
or in a very safe
it's
place,
safe. Where the bulldogs and the Rottweilers can watch it.
Right.
No, just, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's a wonderful piece of history.
Oh, for sure it is.
Yeah.
And when you see the outpouring of support that we have seen literally around the world for this man, what are you going to remember most about him?
I think what I remember most of all is his humbleness. Everybody was making over him, but he didn't see himself that way. He was humble. He had no bitterness at all.
Isn't that incredible?
Not for the jailers who imprisoned him, and not for the people who were out. And I think that's what helped him rise to become president of that country is that he didn't come out attacking the system. He said we're going to work within the system to make the system better. And the one thing I noticed when we were over there interviewing people from all walks of life, those who were for apartheid, those who were against apartheid, is that the one thing they all had in common was their love for South Africa.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks for sharing the memories.
Thank you, Chuck.
My pleasure.
Really neat.
Happening